The draft is in 12 days. What are the most pressing needs heading into it for the Niners, and why is it wide receiver? I'm kidding.
Well, I do think we should. Yet, right. I do think we should draft a wide receiver. And if the Xavier Worthy guy fell to the second round, I doubt he falls down to 60 something. But or if we trade back and get a couple picks, I wouldn't mind seeing him. But I think our pressing needs, let's just be honest, I think is the O-line, corner, and even the D-line. I really do. I think that we've got some problems in this team. I think and safety as well. Who's going to start opposite Jair Brown? I think we do have to address that. But yeah, I think those are our biggest needs. I think offensive line, we just got to address it. We haven't addressed it the last couple of years through the draft, and I think we have to do it this year.
I'm looking at two positions the Niners addressed in free agency, but kind of in a backhanded way, like not with first options. Linebacker and tight end, they were aggressive at those two positions. They wanted Brock Wright and Eric Kendricks and got neither. So they ended up with Devondre Campbell and Eric Sobert, who are, players on the team, but not who they wanted. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners look at those positions again in the draft.
Well, we definitely need to address linebacker, especially who's going to be the starter while Greenlaw is out. And I did find it funny, and I talked about this or commented on it. Why did Kendricks turn us down? Allegedly, we offered more money than the Cowboys. Maybe it's
Didn't the Cowboys offer a second year?
Could be. I'm not sure, but that could be. Could be.
And maybe they said something to Kendricks like, "Look, it's your job until Greenlaw comes back, and we don't really know when that is." And the Cowboys were like, "We need you. Leighton Vander Esch just retired
right now." Yeah, could be, but I think we will address linebacker. I love the Cedric Gray guy. PP tried to pick up on my pick, but I think. Oh, I know. I said I wasn't going to say.
Trying to take your picks, man. Don't you hate that?
A little bit, just a little bit. But no, Cedric Gay's he's been a machine in college, productive. I don't recall seeing any major injuries with him. So I think that would. But see, to me, linebacker is a position that we drafted for previously. We had two guys, Winter and Jalen. Forgot his last name. Thank you, Graham.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw good things out of Graham, at least in the preseason. So I would like to see more of him, and I think that's for the future. But I think if we're talking all in right now, and for the future, I think we really need to focus on the offensive line. We really need to do that. I've got problems with that offensive line. Brindle looks shaky at times. He gets pushed back and moved. Burford, no offense. And let's see, McKivitz. He's a problem over there. So I think for right now and building for the future, we should address that O-line.
All right, so let me look at the stats from the Super Bowl. The 49ers in that game. Do you know what they averaged on the ground in that game? Yards per carry?
4 something?
The Niners in the Super Bowl? 4 something. Less than 4? That was your guess? Oh, it was less than that. No, the Chiefs were 4 something. The Chiefs were 4-3. The Niners were 3.5 yards per carry in the Super Bowl. So that's what they did on the ground. And then when they passed the ball, they gave up 9 unblocked rushers. So really, their offensive line couldn't have done much worse.
And that's my point, right?
Yeah.
So in the fact where they were trying to run it, as we said earlier, they weren't really focused on running behind Trent or the left side much. And so, that's why I think you got to focus on the O-line. I mean, hello, it's right there in front of us. I mean, any idiot off the street can say, hey, that's a problem, right? So why not address it?
And Jim Harbaugh gave that beautiful sort of it was almost like a sonnet dedicated to the offensive line. He did it at the owners' meetings, and he made the point if you don't have a good offensive line, it's going to hurt every other position on your team, especially on your offense. And we saw that in the Super Bowl. the offense, which it's one of the more talented offenses in like franchise history, could only muster up 22 points because they couldn't block anything on any play. And that counts Trent Williams too, man. He committed 2 penalties in that game. The only offensive lineman who committed a holding penalty in the entire game, Trent Williams. Incredible.
Hey, let me push back a little bit. Give him a little break. He's getting up there. He's getting some white hairs.
Back. Oh! Sorry.
You got me. But I mean, it was his first Super Bowl too.
Right? It was. I mean,
we got to make
next time.
Yeah, we got to make an excuse. That's what we do.
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
No,
because that worked out for George Kittle. His second time in the Super Bowl, he was so much better. He was ready.
Look, I'm not going there right now. Okay, I have an image to uphold. Kittle, right. I still love you, bro. All right, you too, Debo.
That's Grant, okay. Man.
That's that Grant guy.
Yep. Hold on, we got a couple more super chats, and we got the last topic of the day. Matt McEwen's. Well, he's producing the show and also financing the show. $5. Kyle Levy. No, we got you already. Got that one. Grant has to do the 30 for 30 with the movie trailer voice. One man couldn't seal the deal. The year was 2020. Matt McEwen says, Brother Bob, that same guy, said Kyle has final say to 53-man roster, but has no say on the draft. What are we doing?
I'm not going to touch that right now in MK. I'm not touching that.
Matt McEwen says, Brother Bob, wife said, because you are in with Grant, she won't complain of my supers. Ha ha ha.
That's good, man. Happy wife, happy life, right?
Harris says, I rarely give super chats, but shout out to our guy, Bob. Great insights and knowledge. Hope we see more of the show.
Thanks, Harris.
The audience has spoken. The audience, if you want to see Brother Bob, keep sending me money. That's how this works.
Make it rain.
Jason Lett says, "Is Kyle in Kyle Shanahan's defense? The rule book is thick and has not."
Wait a minute, hold on. You mean to tell me I have to read the footprint too? Well, those footnotes, I got to read the footnotes.
It's a tough year for Kyle Shanahan, man. He's become a little bit of a punchline, and as someone who's been a punchline for quite a long time, it's a weird feeling.
Look, man, all I want is to win a Super Bowl. You win a Super Bowl this year, I'm back to being a Shanahan. But maybe
me
not.
Too. Everyone hit that like button, says Matt McEwen. Tony Nagatani says, who should you have on who would you rather have on the Niners roster? Brandon Ayuk or Talisi Fuaga? The offensive lineman.
Yeah. No, to me, this is easy though. Because if we're trying to win right now, you got to keep your best weapon for Purdy in the passing game. So that's Ayuk. And I want the offensive line to be addressed. I mean, I really want that to be addressed big time in this draft. But you can't give up Ayuk and expect to win a Super Bowl. Now, if the plan... Okay, go ahead.
Not to compare Brock Purdy to Patrick Mahomes. Not because he's not quite there yet. But I'm just saying, I mean, the Chiefs boldly traded Tyreek Hill, improved their offensive line, won back-to-back Super Bowls. Like,
okay,
improving your offensive line at the expense of your skill position isn't necessarily the worst thing to do.
Hold on. Wait. That's when you have Andy Reid, and that's when you have Mahomes.
So you're saying that Kyle isn't the next Andy Reid? Because I've heard that everywhere. That if you just give Kyle 20 more years, he's going to win a Super Bowl when he's 65.
Well, yeah, that's fine. He can be if he also has to go to a new team to learn that
is
his
true.
Ish does stink.
Yeah.
But I think that, and that's another thing. Why didn't you fully scout Mahomes? I just don't get it.
I mean, his voice, he sounds like the guy from Eastbound and Down. He does.
Oh, boy. And he also likes to put ketchup on his steak, right?
That's a deal breaker.
I think it is. And it's funny because he's beat us twice now, that same guy.
Yeah. Dave Barkley says, damn, I can't get BB to say what up.
Oh, Dave. Big Dave. What's up, my brother? It's hard.
Big Dave.